Hello, I'm Sneha, and we have with us today a national volleyball player, Meenal Patil. I want to talk to her about her sporting journey and now her life beyond sports. So, hi Meenal.
Hi Sneha.
Let me quickly introduce Meenal and then we'll begin with our talk. So, Meenal has been a five times University Blue. She has captained the BPU team for various inter-university tournaments. She has been regarded the best smasher in the local circle. To add on, she's also an excellent swimmer, and presently she's working as an assistant professor in Jain College of Engineering, Belgaum. You're playing volleyball since like about 15 years now. So can you
Yes,
just take us along through the journey, like how it all began? Why did you choose volleyball itself?
yeah, sure, why not? Volleyball, I started in standard fifth, wherein that grew out of my own interest, where I used to see my seniors and all playing on the ground. So then I developed interest in that and I joined them. And volleyball for me, guidance was given by Raju Patel sir and Devarmani sir. So that journey started. Initially, it used to get tough because when it comes to volleyball, your hands really get red.
Yeah.
So you have to cope up with all that. But then those things, when I started enjoying the game, right? So and then the more levels you come across, the more exposure you get, and then you start improvising in the game. You feel more enthusiastic. You get to know more things, rules and all. You get into detail, and then that is how you start. And so it was always interesting for me. Whenever I used to be on the ground, I used to be like alive. Those things happened. So I kept continuing the game and. Even after marriage I was able to play because I had a supporting husband who understood my passion for sports, and he was like, yeah, you can definitely continue. There is no restriction that you're married and you don't have to do it. So I had a lot of support from in-laws also here. So that's how that journey I was able to do till now, whatever I have done. Comes to parents also, you see some parents are like, they may not, being a girl especially, they may not send you out like literally on the ground looking into the pros and cons. But then I had that support, and even to find a life partner like that who would, okay, or even being a non-sports person will support you in all that. That's a great thing for me, and I'm quite lucky to have such people around, because of which you can say I have been able to do this journey this far.
Yeah, definitely. So in this entire journey, who do you think has been your idol or like role model throughout your sporting journey?
When it comes to role models, Neha, when I started my journey, I was quite very, not into maybe that age where I could, figure out some role model. But then I have always come across this journey looking at people around me. Like when you begin, you have some senior players with you who are doing well. So you look at them and you say, okay, even I can play like this, or even maybe I can serve like this, I can hit like this. So that surrounding that you are in matters a lot. So it could be with respect to sport or even otherwise the learning, right? Even as parents, when we look at it, nobody will, take it, you do this, they will never do. But most of the times it is with observation you learn many things. So
True.
same thing happened with me. In case of swimming and volleyball both, we used to have our seniors,
Mhm.
right? So we used to look at them playing, and then you somewhere you used to have the feeling, okay, even I should play like that. No, I should be able to do this. I should be able to pass the ball like this. And then when you go to those further levels, like you call it state level, national level, wherever, some more exposure you get. So you get to know some more things. Okay, fine, even this can be done. And then that is how the game improved. Then I developed interest. Then on TV sports channel, I used to observe. So that's where I developed interest. I can't tell you one single person wherein I'm saying, okay, this is whom I have followed. But then, yes, many people whom I have been seeing through, like the way of playing that has like, guided me. And I have like coming across those levels.
Yeah, that is true. You all the time, like since your childhood, you start observing your parents, your surroundings, and
Yeah.
observation is the best learning, trait that everyone has inborn rather. And
Yeah.
like you said, Meena, like observation, kids observe their parents and they learn all those traits what their parents have, or how they cope up or how they react to particular situation. So do you think
Yeah,
like
true.
being, yeah, so do you think like being a sportsman, it has been a different experience for you, like when you have two young daughters. So do you think that they are learning from you as a sportsman have been a bit different from the regular course?
Yeah, definitely. Because if I had not been into sports, I would be a mother who would be like, okay, taking care of them, cooking, rest all things is fine. But then, that happiness when you yourself are able to involve with them, now since you know how to play the game, you can play with your kids, so that's where it starts. And even they will be surprised, ki, okay, my mom or my dad knows to play, right? So they're seeing you play, and then they're like, even I will join. So for 1 or 2 days they will observe you, right? So they get that confidence, okay, my parents have been able to do, I have to learn from them. Then they genuinely come, even I want to play, teach me how to play, so that involvement and that emotional bonding comes up. Otherwise it would be like, as parents, okay, you want them to learn, but then you would have to send them directly to some coaching, or you would have to depend somewhere on somebody, to start, give that initial start. But that I can do it myself now. So with respect to these games, even I told you about the lockdown thing that you asked me, right? So my main intention has been to expose her to all kinds of sports, right? So that she let her decide, because it's not that since I'm a volleyball player she also may like the game.
Definitely.
But I'm giving her exposure to all that. Even during quarantine period, we were like having carom, or you can say badminton in our parking lot, because we were not supposed to go out, right? So
Yeah.
those are the kind of things we were trying to do. So give her that right kind of exposure. Let her decide. So it's her interest that should come up with all the things. It could be sports, it could be arts, whatever. You just give her all those platforms.
Yeah, that is true. Giving the right kind of exposure and then allowing them to decide. What are your learnings from sport? Like these were the things that I got to know, or I learned, or I cultivated these qualities only because of sport. Like,
To mention the first thing when it comes to sports, since it was a team game, first thing you learn is teamwork,
yeah,
right? So you have faced situations where you may feel, okay, I have been a great player, or you may have that pride, but you ultimately you know that unless your team supports, you are nothing,
true.
right? So that making everyone, to come up to join hands for that support. So if I say I'm a smasher, I can't say, I can't, say that with pride unless I have a good lifter who would give me that pass and then I would hit.
Yeah,
Right. So first thing that I learned with respect to sports is teamwork. How you need to, make things work, because all fingers are not same, all players are not same.
true.
So everyone's plus point, how you try to make use of in order to get going in that particular game. So if you're able to win only with coordination, that becomes very important. So
Exactly.
first thing I learned is teamwork. Then next thing is patience you need to have. Like there are times when you have cheering audience, and then you even have audience for the opponent. So whenever you make a mistake, and then the loud noise that goes on, and then that keeping calm during that time and handling the situations.
Yeah,
Third thing is perseverance, like how continuously you need to get into like touch, be in practice, to improvise further. So that is another thing that I learned because of sports, like how you need to stick to it, how you are able to ignore certain things, how you are able to focus, how you are able to concentrate on what you want rather than what is getting around in your surrounding. So, these are some of the things that sports has taught me. And just they say that participation is more important in sports. For me, I felt along with participation, having that competent enough team, where you're able to showcase your skill mattered a lot. And I was fortunate enough that we had players so interested that there used to be tough competitions, because of which you had to plan your strategy, you had to get into that. So I'm fortunate enough, all the opponents matter. Like that's where your growth happens. If you it's it's the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. So that was how it was.
yeah. I've heard you've been always a very good captain, like, getting people along and making them do something together. So, do you think that this making things work for you has been even beyond play?
Beyond play in the sense, yeah, the thing is, when you get along people, the importance, the joy, of having that friend circle around. Even when it comes to when you attend some camps, you are away from your parents, so that bonding you develop with your team is helping you a lot because you're there and then you're there to achieve a particular goal that as a team you're supposed to do something. And then all this sports has even earned me a lot of friends. Like when school time I used to play, we used to be like rivals. Okay, that school, that team, that particular goal, okay, and all that used to happen. But then when I came to college, these were the same people who became my best friends, you know, for a lifetime. Like, so beyond sports, you can say get to meet variety of people. You can get best of friends there, you know, who are ready to share that. So that competitive spirit is there. But then once you're out of school, you're now they have become your best friend. So that's the best feeling you can get. And then when you recall those memories, what we did long back, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
don't ask me.
You make friends. Like it is not, sport is not only being on the ground or playing or competition. It gives you many things like social bonding. Now you're talking about emotional bonding with your children. So it has much more to offer than actually we generally talk about. So it has much more to offer. So now, how do
Yes.
you think that having a sporting experience in your past life, like you've been a sportsman throughout, how do you think this is helping you in bringing up your daughters differently?
Coming to my daughters, being a sportsman, first thing has helped me, like, you know, to get emotionally and physically tough. And because that kind of workout that we used to have. So in upbringing my daughters now, that when they see us being active, so they try to inculcate that. So now even I wouldn't offer her a mobile phone to play games. That was the last thing I would do because that doesn't give any kind of exposure to maybe your physical activity. And then it is like pre-built. Once you get to know, okay, this is how you can cross a level, there's no growing in that, no creativity involved. So it's always like I take her to the ground and then we start doing different things. Even with respect to my husband, we give them an environment where they're trying to be creative. So everything where you are just able to sit and do, no, I try and avoid those things. So for me it has helped in the way being physically fit to be with her, you know, to involve with her, have that capacity to deal with her different doubts that come up because of the exposure I got because of sports. Because it was not only with the way I said social bonding, emotional bonding, and then practically, you know, when you're away from your parents during your school time, the practicalities that you face, probably when you had to change trains midnight, you're on a railway station,
Mhm.
what kind of behavior you need to have, you know. So all things with respect to life, also many things you get to learn. You come across some situations where you didn't know how to handle, but once you have faced it, okay, you know, okay, these things could come forth where I can tell her, okay, so these are the part of life, you need to deal with it.
Definitely.
So that's how I have been able to, you know, help them.
Yeah. So for now, as because of all your other commitments, you have not been able to play active sports. So now, presently, what are your activities like to keep that sporting in tune in you going on? So what are your present activities?
Recently, it's been 3 4 years. I have been associated with an event called Science Hack Day, wherein my husband and a team of enthusiasts from Belgium are, you know, you believe in the thing that we need to offer a platform for students where you need to learn by doing, you know, where kids enjoy in doing the things rather than the typical school environment where you're made to sit and listen to things, right? So more of theoretical, but then in this event where it happens for 2 days, generally in the month of October, kids get along from different schools. There's no criteria. Anybody is free to join. Only the standard restriction is given because of the kinds of experiments that happen.
Yeah.
They come, they enjoy. It's a full lively activity that happens for 2 days. Like for example, recently we had done building a Da Vinci bridge. It is basically where you build up a bridge on your own using the sticks with no screws and all to fit in. They have to just interlock each one, and then that's how you get a bridge built. And then students see that, enjoy, and then they start enjoying the bridge, right? Other activities to tell you, like if I had to measure something without a scale and all, or maybe long distance things when you have to measure. You had a small scale which we generally use in school. Using that, how can you measure long distances? A
Okay.
session on that, right? When it comes to experiments, when you combine something, what is the thing that is happening? right? So the joy of having a non-Newtonian liquid when kids jump on that, and then you tell them why that thing is happening, where you're not immersing, but you're able to bounce off that liquid.
Yeah.
Right? So many such interesting things happen over those 2 days where I literally see the life in kids, that noise that comes out those 2 days, the joy that they try to express, and then the feedback being given as I wish our school could be like this. That gives you
Mhm.
all the sense of pleasure. So that is what has been doing. That's an event which I am a small part of, majorly taken care of my husband and that team which I mentioned. So that goes on every year. Apart from that, when it comes to daily basis, yeah, I try to give my daughters time. As I told you, it could be any sport. So we have a volleyball at home also. If you ask me, it comes to when swimming pools were open, we used to like go for swimming. I started learning, and then yeah, different kind of sports that I try to expose. So that's how I'm trying to be a part of it. So if any day I see anybody playing, that joy is really awesome. I get motivated myself, like go to the court and start playing.
To end, like what would be your message to all aspiring sportsmen? Like how should they take up their sporting journey?
If you ask me regarding a message to this aspiring sportsmen, I think they should consistently keep doing, look for improving themselves. So that training that is required, generally what happens, the person whom you're getting trained from also need to be that exposed to those different levels, wherein you can guide he or she can guide you with that thing what will take you ahead. So when it comes to the warm up session first, that starts with, right? So they need to have that patience to keep moving consistency. It's not that you do it for 6 months and okay, you have achieved a level and then drop it. No, we have such a huge population in India, and if we have to take our country ahead in sports, they have to keep working, continuously. That zeal, that enthusiasm to maintain also a big challenge. So they have to keep doing what they're doing and to excel. So if even if they fail to excel, one good thing is they are investing in a very important thing required for life, that is health. So nowhere sports is going to cause you a damage. The main plus point that you're going to have is with respect to your health. You would not believe me. During school time, I must have least visited a doctor for maybe cold, cough, or whatever, because of sports, your exercise is done, your appetite is right, you get sleep. So all these benefits keep happening. So for those sportsmen, it's a sincere request. Keep doing. Nowhere you're going to face loss in life, and if you have which will help you with respect to job or with respect to anything where you get in, that extra edge that you have over others, that along with academics you're able to do even sports, and teamwork is highlighted there. In fact, in the companies, MNCs also, if you have to work these days, without teamwork nothing is possible. So those are the things that are really got to matter in life.
Yeah. So definitely, so sports is investment and investment for growing your wealth in terms of maybe health, in terms of social, emotional development, And so much, Meenal, for being with us and encouraging all of our budding sportsmen here. So I'm sure that all of us are going to take some takeaway message and definitely, have perspective of what you spoke to us just now. Thank you so much, and I hope you continue your good work and keep sharing things with us so that we can grow along with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you for having with me with you all. In fact, thank you so much.